Hi, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Bad Luck Kitty, or you can call me Kitty. We are back with another video, but first, if you are new here, welcome. If you've been around for a little bit and you just been probably binging on videos, go ahead and hit subscribe. Go ahead and do it, just hit subscribe so we can go ahead and get that out of the way. And hit the notification bells. Right now, we are scheduled to post on Sundays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays. Guaranteed Sunday and Thursdays. Tuesday is a little extra bonus, a little razzle dazzle, a little sprinkle on top. I appreciate you all for watching as always. Today I want to talk about a topic that I guess is a bit controversial, but not really controversial. And I guess it looks at it comes from each person's perspective. Okay, so why would you pay a realtor in Mexico when being a realtor in Mexico is not a licensed, legal, recognized thing, right? Okay, so I'm going to try to do the best I can to explain it from my perspective, as always being the tenant or the purchaser opposed to the actual realtor or seller, okay? So here's the thing. When I first got to Mexico, January 2022, I reached out to a realtor. I worked with what was a recommended realtor prior to coming to Merida, okay? And she and I had an understanding of what I would get when I got here, what my budget was, what the expectations were. And probably a few weeks out, we had an understanding on what the property would be that I would come, basically fly in, look at, check out. If everything was good, then I would give her my money, right? However, when I arrived on that Monday, she started giving me the runaround. Oh, your budget isn't high. Oh, that property, somebody signed on it this morning or yesterday, and your budget's not high enough really what you're looking for. You should go up to 22 or 24,000 pesos, right? This was last year when the peso was doing a whole lot better. The dollar was doing a whole lot better versus the peso. And things had not skyrocketed to the point to where they are now, okay? So I was like, nope, that's not gonna work. And then I found my realtor, Cynthia, right? Cynthia, the bomb. She got me what I wanted, under budget, where I wanted to be. She checked all of the T's, crossed all the T's, dot all of the I's, okay? Cynthia was amazing, right? So with that being said, using Cynthia, I did not pay her to use her services. I was in some group, I can't remember. I'm not in that group anymore because it just didn't kind of necessarily vibe with what I was going for in life here in Merida. However, somebody recommended her from that group. I used her. It's great. She's still an amazing person to this day. But I didn't pay her. The landlord paid her, okay? Paid her, I think, the equivalent of 1 month's rent. When we went to the lease signing, like I said, contacted Sylvia on Monday, looked at the house Tuesday afternoon, signed the lease on Thursday, moved in like 2 weeks later, because that's just kind of, I had a vacation planned in between officially moving. Well, actually I moved stuff in, but officially taking full residence of the place. So, that's just how it worked out for me. No, I didn't pay the first time. And I was like, why would people pay, right? I'm not about to pay them. The landlord gonna pay them a full month's rent, which was 16,000 pesos. I was like, I'm not about to pay nobody for that. That's crazy. Why would I pay for something I could do myself? Because I found about all the websites, and I did a house hunting video. I will attempt to put an end card in so you can just click and go to it, but y'all pray for me on that. And I was able to house hunt on my own by watching other people's YouTubes and using the tips that they had put out. And then I found Cynthia, and sis just did everything for me. Shout out to Cynthia, okay? Fast forward, it's 18 months later. I gotta move. I can't keep living with the noise, the disrespect, the odd hours, the 6 a.m. work call, the working into midnight, the running equipment overnight, it was too much. So I had to move, and I was ready to move like that, okay? And I met Kiafa, okay? I met Kiafa. Kiafa services are not free, okay? Kiafa services are not free. And along the way, in between meeting Cynthia and meeting Kiafa, I've learned a lot about life in Mexico. Also, life as a realtor in Mexico, all right? There's no realtor loyalty here. Even retaining Kiafa services, I still looked at other properties with other realtors. I looked at properties on my own, looked at properties with my friend who's also was looking to move at the same time, still ask those general questions, right? The main thing is retaining Kiafa services. Kiafa got paid, all right? The other thing that happens is people will spend a lot of time. The realtor will spend a lot of time with a client. So say she took me around, one day Kiafa took me to see 6 properties in one day, okay? So say she spent a whole day just riding around, driving, stopping for lunch, all this other stuff that she did with just me and my daughter, right? She could have taken out 2 other families in that same day, but she spent that whole day with us, okay? And I decided I wanted to go with Susie. And I book a property with Susie, and Susie gets the 15,000 peso deposit instead of Kiafa. If Kiafa had not been paid for her services, she would receive nothing. She spent the whole day paying for gas and time and all that she spent with me and received nothing. It's zero, all right? Some people say, well, that's the name of the game. Well, child, listen, if that's the game that you want to play as a realtor, that's fine. Even though, again, realtor is not an identified, designated, licensed career profession here in Mexico, somebody's still providing a service to you. If you don't want to pay for it, don't pay for it, okay? So asking me, well, why are you recommending somebody that you have to pay for? You got to respect people's time and money. That's just what it comes down to. In regards to how I understand that, as a YouTuber, content creator on life here in Merida, people always like, oh, let's chat, okay? And then we'll chat, and next thing you know, I've shared, how to do this and how to do that and where to get this and where to go that. And next thing I know, I've invested an hour, 2 hours into somebody of my time, right? I don't know if y'all know this or not, but YouTube don't pay us a lot of money. So when you see people like doing consultancy and they charge a lot of fees and they help with relocation, I respect that now. I didn't respect it at first, but I respect it now. No, I will not be getting into that industry. Value my time, my patience, and my peace too much, because some of us are a little complicated. Some of us are very picky. And when I say some of us, I include me as well. I'm not even gonna sit up here in front like Kiafa didn't work. Kiafa worked, honey. She worked. We had a lot of issues. Then there became issues on the end, moving in here and all type of other stuff. But Kiafa put in the work and successfully got it done. So will I recommend Kiafa? Yes, I will continue to recommend Kiafa. If you don't pay for Kiafa services, don't. You don't have to, okay? You can go other routes. You can go other methods. They're totally free methods. Walk neighborhoods, find rental signs. You can do all of those things yourself. You don't have to pay anybody to do those things. And I'm a person who, I don't like to pay for services like that I can do myself. I'm not that girl. However, I think there are certain things and certain nuances that go into renting here in Merida in particular. Even the notary that signed the documents the day we moved in, she said, you don't have to do this anywhere else in Mexico. This is something that's very specific to here in Merida, including the double deposit, okay? Like the notary said that, okay? She said that to me in English, okay? So there are certain things that you have to look for, including looking for the notary, right? The original notary was talking about something like 12 or 15,000 pesos to do it. And I was like, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. And so Kiafa used her resources, her network. She reached out and she found someone. I ended up only paying 5,000 pesos in the end for my notary. Okay, so I'm just saying, you get what you pay for in life. I'm not sitting up here advocating like, oh, only go with Kiafa. Baby, if you can do it yourself, if your Spanish is strong enough, if you feel confident enough to do it without paying somebody, please do that. I did it the first time. Ended up with great landlords. I had a great experience. I have no complaints. I have zero complaints about my first 18 months outside of the construction. It had nothing to do with my lease or contract. It had nothing to do with, you know, any of that. I did it on my own the first time. It was successful. So what I am here saying is you can do it however you like. Don't knock people if they are asking for compensation for their time, because a lot of people have zero respect for your time and your money, and we all know this. And if you're coming on here and you're gonna tell me, no, that's not how, listen, come on now, let's just be honest. Let me come over there and waste some of your time. Whatever your skill is, whatever you're good at, let me come over there and waste your time. I'm gonna waste about a week's worth of your time, and then I'm gonna just walk away from you and just be like, it was fun, and that's it. That's what it comes down to, okay? I just want to make a quick video about it, letting you know. And yes, please, if you can do it yourself, please do it yourself. Don't spend the money if you don't have to. But if you don't feel confident in doing it yourself, please hire somebody or connect with somebody. Even if you don't hire anybody, please connect with somebody that you feel confident in, somebody that will return your calls. Some of the realtors that don't get paid, they don't charge for their services, they will get rid of you. Say your budget, you're looking for a 15,000 peso house, and they come along and another family is like, yeah, our max is 30,000. Baby, listen, your priority was here, right? But that 30,000 peso family came along, bumped you all the way down here. All right, that's what you just got to understand, because the priority comes from getting that 30,000 pesos over that 15,000 pesos. You get what I'm saying? And also, some realtors won't even take clients if their budget is not, you know, over 18,000 or something like that. They'd be like, I'm not dealing with it, you know. And because the reality, a lot of us come to Mexico with a lot of our American mindsets and our thought processes, and they got to work through breaking that down, and they got to work through explaining things to you and things like that. It's a lot more than just, here's a house, look at it, here's a lease, sign it, okay? I wouldn't do it personally because I don't want to deal with y'all. I wouldn't want to deal with me, honestly. But that's part of the job. It's the name of the game. All right. Have any questions or comments? Please leave them in the comment section below. I really appreciate you all watching my videos. Until next time, bye.